What's up, guys? Just got back from the Estero Kayak Challenge, and people were asking me what I used and what I fish with and what gear I used to actually win this tournament. So I thought I'd make a quick little video showing you guys what I used and how I rig my kayak, so that next year you guys can try some of these techniques and maybe it'll help you, maybe it won't, who knows. But here we go. My kayak is a Hobie Outback 2018. It's the seagrass color, and I really enjoy it. Battery mount, that's for your fish finder, and anyways, this is a part from Hobie. It makes it really easy to rig your kayak and get it going. Lowrance Elite 4 HDI, perfect for a kayak. It's nice and compact, it's small and inexpensive. You know, I do a lot of surf launches, so I don't want to put a heavy piece of equipment that can either fall or get damaged. This isn't the newest Mirage drive. This is actually an older Mirage drive, but the reason I use this is because I already had the turbo fins installed and just haven't had a chance to do that to the newer Mirage drive that it actually comes with. Of course, got the camera set up right here, which is a GoPro mounted on to some round mounts and a they call this a dog bone. And then I've got a track mount. Take this out. A track mount right here, which goes to the Yak Attack Mighty mount, which is, you know, I can change out stuff. It's pretty universal, so you can put new parts on there and change it out. So I can put a rod holder on there when I want to. But I was also out there. I had my other GoPro, which I could use for handheld shots and shooting other people. I didn't do much shooting, to be honest. I was really concentrating on fishing. Always got to have a pair of pliers. Leash everything you can down. I've got a knife here that I carry, and when I come in or launch, I actually keep it inside my tackle bucket. And that's my tackle bucket, and there's quite a bit of good stuff in there. One of my favorite things in here, I like these hookup baits a lot. Didn't use them so much with the Rockfish, but I love this bite on scent. I use that on my swim baits, and I use that on the here's a Lingcod jig that I fished some of this in the tournament. Can't show you that yet. It's a prototype, so you guys can't see that just yet. Got my another tackle tray right here. This has a couple swim baits in it. Love the YETI thermos. Probably one of my favorite accessories. I use this every day, even when I'm not kayaking, so it's a pretty cool accessory. Using the MTI life jacket, self-inflating. Got the Hobie chair, and now for what probably everybody's interested in is what I was fishing with. So this setup was probably my primary setup later in the day. It started out a little bit different. I actually had one of the Lingcod jigs on this rod to start the day, but later in the day I sort of switched things up a little bit. So this is a Berkeley Gulp. It's a little dried out now, but you can buy those in packages, and they're longer, but this one got so banged up that I had to cut it down, hence having the knife. Everything, as you can see, is leashed up. Simple method I do for leashes. It's a really cool trick, guys, and it'll save you some money because leashes are expensive. Is I just get some bungee cord, and I just make a knot in it, make a loop, and then I pull it so that it's tight, so that the knot comes through the loop, and then it sort of stays intact there. It's not loose, it's tight. It's pretty easy to do. Got my game clip, you know, standard game clip. Right here I was fishing a Lexa 400 on a Seeker Inshore rod. I love this Seeker Inshore series. As you can see, I got another one right here, another Seeker Inshore. And on this one, I was fishing the hookup baits. Problem here was I was fishing too light a line, so I was getting just destroyed on this line. It was good for catching some of the rockfish out there, but I lost a couple of Lingcod fishing this way. And on this setup, I've got the Lingcod jigs. This is a 25-pound test. Shimano Torium on a Seeker beacon, and we were fishing the Lingcod jigs, squid jig, glow, 4 ounce. Caught a few fish on this, so this thing was working. And then I was fishing my last setup, which started out the day with the curse breaker. Fishing this, looks like a banana, sort of cool. And on the Daiwa with Turner California Calico Special, a good inexpensive rod. I like using that too. And of course, to finish it off, I got a couple items on this crate. I got, of course, your measuring board, which you need in almost every tournament nowadays. I've got a net because that's a DFG requirement. However, I hardly ever use it. It just takes up space. Got another thing that I use all the time. So if you're gonna keep the fish, a good way to take them out is right when you get them on the boat, like the Lingcod and stuff. I know I'm gonna keep it, I know I'm gonna eat that. The first thing I do before even trying to get the hook out of the mouth is crack them in the head with this bat. It's made by Cold Steel. It floats. It's high vis orange, and it's made specifically as a boat bat. That's what they call it. So it's a great tool. Has a spot for a lanyard if you want to put a leash on it, but I don't. Like I said, it floats and it fits in the back of the crate. And another thing I use pretty frequently, use it in the tournament, is one of Jeffrey Botteto's gaffs, and I just get a simple float and put a hole in it, punch it on there, so that way the hook isn't exposed until I'm ready to slay some fish. And of course, everything is leashed except the boat bat and the net. They both float and are in the crate, so they're sort of safe. The only way they're falling out is on a roll. One of the last things I've got in here is made by YETI. It's an interesting add-on to my crate, and I love it a lot because it gives me an airtight chamber. As you can see, there's an air bubble in there. I can't push that. And I put my phone in here, keys. There's a lighter in there for fixing swim baits. Anything that can't get wet goes in this bag. And this is what they call their Sidekick bag. And it's got a Velcro with a magnetic strip that rolls. And as you can see, it keeps it airtight. I leave the silicone packet in there just in case you put something in there that's a little wet. It'll sort of absorb that dampness. And this is a great addition for a crate or a kayak because it's got simple Velcro mounts in the back, so you can mount it with Velcro. And then it also has this strap that you can run a clip to and clip it, so this is pretty intact. As you see, the Velcro just goes on and positions it, keeps it in place, and it's a cool addition and one of my most used items, believe it or not. I'm always taking my phone in and out of this, and I don't like to use the waterproof cases because I can't really use the buttons. It seems like I'm always struggling to function with the phone. So this was the alternative, and it's $50. So I guess it's about the same cost as a waterproof case. So any of you guys interested in keeping your phone protected, this is a good idea. Pretty much an overlook of my setup. And oh, there's one other thing, probably one of the things top secret, but one of the best things about this kayak. Back here, got another hatch. What's in this hatch? What's that? That's right, baby. Dollar bills, dollar bills. I just want to say thanks to Pro Kayak Fishing for putting on the tournament. It was a great tournament. All these people have become friends of mine throughout these tournaments, and it's a lot of fun. I also want to thank the Above the Hook guys for hooking it up with some bomb grub. You guys are awesome. Love watching your videos too, and I wanted to give a shout out Central Coast Kayak Fishing. It's a great forum. If you're gonna fish the Central Coast, want some intel, I've used it, and obviously it's helping out. I want to give a shout out, of course, to Hobie Kayaks and Channel Islands Kayak Center for basically trusting me in this kayak and letting me kill some fish in it. So thanks a lot, guys. One other thing I forgot to mention, and that was that this tournament was a fundraising tournament for Heroes on the Water. Heroes on the Water is a nonprofit which takes veterans kayak fishing, and it's pretty cool to know that I participated in it and helped out a worthy cause.